Roll call, please.
Yes, Mr. Bowman. Here. Burkowitz here. Mr. Dawson. Downs. Kaderis. Here. Kurtz.
Here.
Talley.
Here.
Strollo. Zelmont.
Here.
Haffey.
Here.
Blake. Here. Hilsinger. Here. We have a quorum.
Cool. Commission public, please join me in pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, what's that? Two, all right, we need two alternates to come up, please. So tonight under new business, we have 1 and 2 we're gonna take together. We don't have a call, you're just gonna.
I'm just gonna read it off
you read
here.
it? Okay, go ahead, please.
Application for a re-subdivision on behalf of Linda Hall, applicant. Applicant is requesting a 2-lot re-subdivision of the property located at 1755 Cheshire Street, map 20, lot 17, R40 zone. Second is application for a re-subdivision on behalf of Deborah Mankey, applicant. Applicant is requesting a 4-lot re-subdivision at the property located on East Johnson Ave, map 12, lot 45, R40 zone, and 1725 Cheshire Street, map 20, lot 14 and 16, zone R40.
Okay, thank you. And representing the applicant tonight?
My name is James Sakonchik. I'm an engineer, surveyor, and president of the firm of Kratzer and Jones. And give me a second to set up.
Sure.
The property is known as Papandrea's Farm, and the original extents went from Cheshire Street, I'm going north, down East Johnson Avenue to the Quinnipiac River, along the Quinnipiac River, and then finishing the rectangle. The previous subdivision subdivided this non-colored parcel in the middle. A front lot and a rear lot. Right now, there is a parcel here that is to be subdivided. There is a front lot and a front lot, and we're going to create a rear lot. You can see the access way and quite a bit of land. Similar, we have an access way and a large lot. It's a large lot because it's along the river and there is a floodplain in the back, which will not be developed. In a related fashion, we have an existing property along East Johnson Avenue, and we're going to create the lot here in purple and the lot here in blue. And the next sheet, I'd like to discuss things we've done to show how these lots can be developed with minimal impacts.
Microphone.
The major difference here is I show in blue the part of the property that would be subject to development, and in purple, the part of the properties off of Johnson Avenue that would be subject to development. In a similar fashion, off of East Johnson Avenue, you can see only a portion of the lot is colored in blue. The remaining part of the lot is to remain essentially in its present condition. It is farmed. And over here, the back of the lot would remain in its present condition, and the same with this purple lot. So by doing this, we're able to protect and retain this nice farm area in the back and allow, I think, reasonable development of the two lots on East Johnson Avenue and the two lots on Cheshire Street. It's my understanding they don't have immediate plans to, go out there and start building, but it's a part of a long-term estate planning to, have what could be done with their land of record. And that's my introduction.
Okay. Commission members, questions, Mr. Natale?
So this is re-subdivision. Do we have any records from the original subdivision? Were there any caveats, stipulations, anything on this?
No, there wasn't any additional or, other than the standard conditions, meaning lots to be pinned, et cetera, from back when that was approved. But there were no, like, conservation easements, open space, et cetera, associated with that.
When you talk about preserving the land, sounds all great and everything, understood. What are the chances of a rear lot coming in after well, who knows when they might be built, but, I mean, you could have a rear lot go in and go into this stuff afterwards. I just don't understand why.
Lot 4 and Lot 6, because of the floodplain, you have the floodplain associated with the Quinnipiac River that goes through this, or the area of special flood hazard. You cannot create lots.
So that's as far as you could go
That's as
anyways.
far as you
So
can go.
You're not trying to conserve, it's just, you can't go any further, is basically what should have been said instead of, yeah, gotcha.
But for estate purposes, when submitting this application, at least gives them an idea of what they have for value out there, should they want to pursue any kind of acquisitions.
Go ahead. Sean, come on.
No, I'm staying though.
Sorry, Ms. Down.
Okay, so the total number of lots with houses on them is? 4?
We
2
are,
and 2?
we are proposing, there's an existing house here on part of the property, new
And that will
house,
stay?
new house. Oh, yeah, that would stay. And in a similar fashion, there's an existing house here and an existing house here, which would remain, and they would simply have the remaining land after the other land was subdivided away.
What about in the future? I mean, there's a lot of room in the front of a couple of these houses. Is there, I'm just trying to make sure that this is it. This is their last
So
chance at a subdivision?
So Lot 5, unless you somehow can acquire additional frontage from abutting property owners, you don't have enough area to do another lot. In addition to.
Or if you make a rear lot?
Well, here's the addition to, you can't do a rear lot because you already have now 3 lots using the driveway. If I can put it up on the screen and zoom in on this for you. You have the proposed house for Lot 6, where my mouse is right here. You have the existing house, that 725, that's using this driveway. And the house at 1755 will also be using the driveway. So you have 3 houses on one driveway at that point. You can't have more than 3 lots served by one driveway. So rear lots out of the question for that one. Now, Lot 3, however, it gets into the same issue with you need additional frontage in order to get an additional lot over there. You would have to do some sort of property switch with 1785 without creating any kind of nonconformities. You could possibly get a second, another lot over there. But that's involving a lot of mathematics and moving some property lines and getting creative. So
Yeah, you just
the
make it-
possibilities, are they there? Yes, but extremely limited, if not impossible.
Just by looking at it, I'm just surprised that it's not a rear lot configuration in the first place. That's my,
That was actually my question.
You
How
have,
is this
you
not
have
a rear
50
lot?
feet of frontage, that's the minimum requirement in the zoning district, that's why. If it was below the 50 feet, then it falls under your rear lot regulations.
so I mean, technically, they could come in and make the existing house at 725 and the new house on lot 4, they could make those two the rear lots eventually and build a house on the front of lot 3.
Of Lot 3. That's the only one that you can possibly get an additional lot out of this. Otherwise,
How you
The-
could change the driveway to whatever, and they could do it in the front too.
They-
They still have to come
but-
back, but.
But regardless of, it would, two things. One, it would trigger a special permit because you're creating a new rear lot. And then two, it would be a re-subdivision because this already went through subdivision now two
I'm just curious if
times.
there's a way around, like, the questions come in with the rear lot, like, can we build a town road? That's why it's like, are they doing it this way because they're eventually gonna get it that way and they don't wanna build a town road? That's the only reason why I question it. Other than that, I'm not.
In this case, with all the limitations with the floodplain, you really you can't go deep into these properties and build a town road and have, normal lots. So that's one of the it's the physical limitations out there. And the fact that you have a swath where there are 4 lots which are under common ownership, right here. Then you have the second area which was subdivided, which is why it's a resub. That's not, it isn't part of this application. It is in the sense because it was part of the parent property at one time, but it is not part of this application in the
We have
sense.
two different ones. We're just taking them together. It's
Yeah.
two different.
Yeah,
subdivisions.
then you have the East Johnson lots that are up there. Yep. Yes.
The three of us own the,
You gotta come up
Yeah,
to the
the
mic
ones
and.
Deborah Mankey, 1725 Cheshire Street. So there's 3 lots. We all own the lots on East Johnson Avenue, my sisters and I, but all of our lots are separate. Like, we each own property. So each piece of property is separate. They're not owned together. Am I answering your question?
Yeah, honestly, you don't have the area. I mean, like I said, maybe one additional lot on Lot 3. But it would go through a public hearing process with this commission. You're welcome.
Mr. Selma,
Michael, there's a lot of MacGyvering, it looks like, getting lots in, and I get it, you want to maximize the space. Do you see any potential, like, ZBA issues going on here? Anything that would be a problem down the road? I assume everything is within reg and setbacks and everything else.
Yeah, no, there's room to adequately develop a reasonable-sized house on these properties with the yard that the future property owner, should it be
Right.
built, let's say, with a caveat, should it be built?
Yeah.
With a yard, with a septic system that has been reviewed, at least at the preliminary stages by Chespercott.
They have a septic system, and then they have a backup septic system, they have, I'm trying to think of all the little caveats that come up, and then as far as like, obviously the driveway would be deeded as an easement or something, and
They have the well.
responsible
sep-
parties would be responsible for the driveway and everything
Yep.
else. Yeah.
And the well separation between the two, the 75-foot separation between your well and all your features associated with the subsurface sewage disposal system.
Yep, okay.
So, I mean,
And hopefully that floodplain doesn't get any bigger.
that's the only wild card of the mix, is that FEMA could,
They're reevaluating what, next year or something like that? Couple
well,
years?
the riverine communities, they've started in the northern part of the state right now. I know that the Farmington River, when I left Simsbury, that was now coming up on 4 years, that was preliminary maps that are now going to public hearing. I expect that they'll be knocking on our doors in the near future with new maps.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, the what if, I would say that's going to be an issue down the road for these people who own these properties. It's not something that you can't plan to, in the sense of they're going to re-engineer. What's going on with the re-studies, they're re-engineering a lot of the flood insurance studies and then updating the actual map, the flood insurance rate maps.
The bank
So,
won't approve it,
yeah.
essentially.
Down the road, it may cause an issue for someone building a house in the floodplain, but right now, it's not an issue.
Is there a possibility of splitting Lot 5 into 2 and putting a house where the greenhouses are in the future?
No. No, you don't have enough frontage to get another lot, and you have 3 lots that are being served by one driveway, 3 houses served by one driveway. So you have 2 issues up, like we discussed earlier.
Any other questions, commission members? Public, anyone from the public? So many people here. Okay, one last time, commission members. Everything's been read in the record, we're good? Close the public hearing. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Move Mr. Kaderis, second by Mr. Brocato. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All right. Move right on to, I'd like to call to order the Planning and Zoning regular meeting for Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. I get a motion to accept the minutes from 5/12/25. Motion by Mr. Brocato, seconded by Mr. Selmont. I was not here, didn't really review them, so I'm not going to be, I'll be abstaining from the vote, but all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? And I will be abstaining, so motion carries 801. Are you staying down there, or? 702. Sorry, John, I wasn't paying attention. You're staying down there? Okay. Any communications before us tonight?
You have a letter that I forwarded you from DOT concerning improvements. It's just an FYI. It's really nothing that you're part of, but just heads up, you got some construction coming in the near future.
It's just 3 cameras on 84, and that's not really, yeah, okay.
Yep.
There's nothing we have to say, do, or anything about it?
No, it's not like a siting council application. I just wanted to share, it came to my office. I wanted to make sure that this commission was aware of it and when this project starts. And it's not starting until 2026, if I recall.
Sure.
While we're on the subject of cameras from DOT, when they put in traffic cameras on a state road, do they notify us? Because they're expanding that, FYI. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
I have a communication, if I could.
sure, go ahead.
Please pass those down.
One to everybody?
Yeah.
I don't intend to make any further comment. I'd ask people to read it unless I'm required to say something. And of course, Woody's not here, so if he wants to comment later, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, is everybody comfortable with the 3 subdivision we had tonight to vote on tonight? Everybody seems okay with it? Yeah. I think we have motions for that.
Yep. Motion to approve application for re-subdivision on behalf of Linda Hall, applicant. Applicant's requesting a 2-lot re-subdivision for the property located at 1755 Cheshire Street, Assessors Map 20, Lot 17, R40 zone. The approval is based on plans titled Plans Prepared by Papandrea Farm Re-subdivision dated January 30th, 2025. The commission finds that based on the provided that Based on the information provided by the applicant and demonstrated compliance with the Cheshire subdivision regulations, the approval is subject to the following condition. One, no work is permitted with the limits of area of special flood hazard.
Moved by Mr. Ricardo, second by Mr. Natale.
I have a comment.
Discussion on the motion.
Under number 2, it says proposed homes on lot 4 and 6 should be served by residential.
This is, I think this is 1 and 2, though, right?
Yes.
This is the other 2.
This just only
Oh, you want
applies,
to do them both?
Well, no, we're-
you got to
we
vote on
can't.
them
We gotta have
separate because
so
technically they're,
Just Johnson Avenue.
So the second one.
Second one we're
doesn't-
going to do after this.
Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion on the first motion? The lots on East Johnson Avenue. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed?
Aye.
Abstaining?
Or me.
Okay, so the motion carries 8-1, 8-1. Number 2.
motion to approve application for re-subdivision on behalf of Deborah Menke, applicants requesting a 4-lot re-subdivision for the property located East Johnson Avenue, Assessors Map 112, Lot 45, R40 zone. The approval is based on plans titled, Plans Prepared for Papandrea Re-Subdivision dated January 30th, 2025. The commission finds that based on the information provided, the applicants demonstrated compliance with Cheshire subdivision regulations. The approval is subject to the following conditions. 1, no work is permitted in the limits of area of special flood hazard. 2, proposed homes on Lot 4 and 6 are to be served by residential sprinkler systems. Said systems are to be installed and approved by the fire marshal for issuance of certificate of occupancy. 3, final plans are to conclude a cut sheet illustrating details such as surface treatment, shoulder treatment, and dimensional layout for the shared driveway for Lot 4 and 6. And 4, driveway for Lot 4 and 6 are to be paved. No certificate of occupancies is to be issued for homes until driveway is paved.
Move Mr. Mercado, seconded by Mr. Caderas. Discussion on this motion.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the rear lots being served by residential sprinkler system. I think the wording is wrong. It just says systems are to be installed and approved by the fire marshal. I know the fire marshal's not installing them. You know, I know it's just a nitpick, but in my opinion, it should be changed, and usually it says fire marshal or his,
Designate.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be comma.
Yep.
It said systems are to be installed, comma, and then be approved by
Apologize.
the,
Well, they
yeah.
have to be approved, honestly, they have to be approved first before they could be installed, because in order to get a permit to install them, they have to be approved by the fire marshal or his representative.
We recently had someone who installed it without the benefit of the plumbing permits. That's why I put also be approved. So, just trying to nip those things in the bud so they don't, from enforcement perspective.
So do you have a problem with us changing fire marshal or
Not
his
at all.
representative?
Not at all.
Anybody else?
Well, it'd be you two guys. Friendly amendment, you two guys. Both accepted, yeah. Mr. Mercado.
If there's a farm dump on here, who's responsible? The owners now or the owners who buy it? If they're doing any of the subdivision or building and they come across,
So it would be, well, the Transfer Act has just been changed, which I still owe you the final language because I have not seen it. And I believe it's the time of sale, that's when that'll get triggered. Should it be subject to, but it's got to be, it would have to be, this is kind of going off the record because it was not part of the public hearing, so I just say that maybe just as FYI, if someone were to go out while they're excavating a home out there, encounter remnants of a farm dump, if there was one there, that would be an issue at the time of excavation, which would be between the owners, the previous owners, or the current applicant and any future owners. And be a civil issue, not so much the town involved
okay,
with.
it's just something I was thinking about.
Yep.
Thank you.
Any other discussion on the motion? Sensing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? One.
Downs.
Mrs. Downs. Anyone abstaining? Motion carries 8-1. Thank you. Then we have a Sierra Court? Road
Sierra
acceptance?
Court is not ready for acceptance yet. They're still dealing with the town engineer regarding the stormwater basin. So we're waiting on that, but they're otherwise ready to go. We have everything else lined up. I'm just waiting on Merrick to wrap up with stormwater. I expect that possibly in the next 2 weeks, we can have that in front of you. So, but oh, yeah, they did that about a year ago. So, and we'll be retaining only 10% bond for them for maintenance purposes for a year. So we'll have that to you. The others, you have a request from Hidman Partners LLC
Oh, I'm
for
sorry, you're right
the
here.
extension of a special permit at 90 Hidman Street. It was granted back in June of 2020. They're looking just for a 5-year extension, which is permitted as of right by statute, but you still have to take action on that. No
What was it?
changes.
Can you, what was it?
Just wants to finish the third floor.
Yeah.
That's what it was? Okay. I don't remember everything, so, so do we need a motion for,
You just need a motion to approve extension for special permit for 90 Hidman for additional 5 years.
moved by Mr. Talley, second by Mr. Brocato. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. I think that's it. Anything else come before us tonight?
Nothing else. Well, our next meeting is going to be June 9th. At this point, it looks like we could do some reg updates, so down in room 207.
Okay.
But
This is
that,
a regular meeting?
it will be a regular meeting, but we also have a POCD meeting that Wednesday on the 11th, too.
Do we need both? Do we
Do we need, well,
want to
you,
do both and tackle?
you could, well, we need to do the POCD meeting on Wednesday. That's important. If you want to add a little bit of, do work on the regs that night, we can do that after the POCD, because those have been relatively quick. Could be.
Do we have agenda items on the June 9th meeting? Nothing?
Not at this point. Just what we've been discussing, like 2 weeks ago when we were downstairs discussing reg updates
Okay,
potentially.
so we'll just discuss reg updates on June 9th, Monday,
Monday,
and then have the POCD on
and a
Wednesday.
POCD on Wednesday.
Okay.
Is there any guests on Wednesday, that 11th?
No, you just said it would be us with the consultants.
Sounds good to me. Okay, with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved by everybody. Thank you, and all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.